Yo, what's good, guys? Okay, then, so earlier on last week, I put out a post in the community section asking you guys questions on what would you like me to discuss in regards to the actual hybrid system. Okay, and I'm starting to see a lot of questions just diving into the actual patterns themselves, the hybrid system, and I started to come across a common theme. All right, and that theme was simple: what is the hybrid system? All right, so what I'm going to do in tonight's video is to talk you through, we'll give you an introduction into what to expect from the hybrid system itself. Now, there are a lot of new people passing through to the channel, so mad love and respect for all of you for subscribing. And if you are new and you've stumbled across this video itself, bear with me, all right? So, welcome to Traders Reality. My name's Tino, so let's have a conversation, guys. So what is the hybrid system? Now, I've been trading for a little while. I won't say I've been trading too long, but it'll be 12 years this January. But in my 12 years, I would say that I've probably tried most systems out there, most indicators, and I just wasn't getting the satisfaction and understanding really what was going on behind price. Is it like, the way you would need to see it from my point of view is, every time I would use an indicator, I would say, is it really that's it? You know, is that all I need to do? Just wait for price to mark up to a point in, for example, the Fibonacci's or the Ichimoku clouds, stochastics. It was just too good to be true for me. I just wanted to understand, why does price move the way it moves? So it led me on a quest to try and find exactly what it is that moves price. Now, I came across one strategy which uses the PVSRA candlesticks, which was created by a gentleman called Trader at Home. No one knows who he is, but they just know that he created this system, all right? And his background, from what we understand, was he an ex-market maker? Is he a market maker with a grudge? Who knows? And then you have the Steve Murray market maker method, which also incorporates the market maker's philosophy and the way they move price. Now, I had studied both these systems, and then I merged them together because one compensated the other. And I found that even though I was using the PVSRA method for a good 6-7 years, trying to understand it, you know, because you can't take a course on PVSRA. You know, you can't just apply for it or go read books on it. No. Trader at Home, he said it. If you want to understand how to use this system, watch it. Watch it happening in real time. Understand the key principles behind what a red vector candle is, what a green vector is, what are the importance of the whole numbers and the half numbers. Understanding the market structure. What's the market maker trying to make retail traders think and do? And then you have the Steve Murray market maker method, which factors in a lot about timing and understanding patterns and sessions, stop hunts. Now, when I came across the actual PVSRA method and then the Steve Murray market maker method, I realized that they both compensated each other, and it actually improved the way I was able to mark off certain areas in the chart. So I went on the quest. I went on the hunt. I went back in time. I started from back in 2007, all the charts as much as I could get off MT4 at the time. And I just went forward and forward and just drew W's, looked at vector candles, and I started to see a common theme. All right. And that theme is exactly what I talk about in the streams every single day. So if you are new to the hybrid system itself, I advise that you just take what I say with an open mind. The hybrid system itself does challenge conventional trading wisdom. Most of you believe that when price is rising, it means the buyers are in control. Unfortunately, that's not the case. And the same way when price is dropping, people believe that the sellers are in control. That gets eliminated. Both those concepts get removed, because when you're buying, that means someone is selling to you. You just can't come to the charts and create a buy order if there's no liquidity on the other side that is set up against you. You can only buy when someone sells. Likewise, you can only sell when someone buys. It's there in front of you, black and white. But that's not your fault. That's the industry as it is. It's back in the day with the old school of economics, back when they used to have trading houses All right, bucket shops they used to call them, and especially with stocks and shares. There was no currency trading. It was all bucket shops where there was every day demand was based on how many people were actively trading in those shops. And all it was just liquidity moving around the room. That's all it was. Now, the hybrid system itself, it does take some time. There are people that have come to the streams from day one when I first started off with about 200-300 subscribers. And I started breaking down the charts, talking to you guys about what this system was and how to understand it. And I started on January the 21st. We're coming up to literally nearly the anniversary of the channel. 1 year of watching crypto near enough every single day. All right. Now, if you are new, don't get thrown off what I'm about to say to you about this system. There's a lot to take in with this system, but there are 3 concepts that you need to be aware of. The hybrid system itself is made up of timing, repeatable patterns, and notable candlesticks. The timing aspect is trying to work out at what point do you decide to make the entry. Okay? The repeatable patterns, they are based on these W formations. Now, if you are new, to get you familiar with the patterns themselves, go back in the chart. On the hour time frame of any cryptocurrency coin, any asset, I can promise you, you are going to see a W formation or an M formation. Now, we all know what the M formation stands and looks like. And you're very familiar with this cyclical pattern that I draw near enough every single stream. This is the cyclical pattern. Now, a lot of you guys who have been with me for a while will say, yeah, that's like the Wyckoff distribution, Wyckoff method, the Elliott wave principle. Yeah, that's fine. I don't talk about those principles because behind those principles, it's all about accumulation and distribution. All right. Now, I attach accumulation and distribution with the concept of psychology. All right. Now, most of the people that were trading Bitcoin in and around the time when we saw this move to the upside, the sentiment across the board was Bitcoin was going to the upside. But I had my wits about me. I didn't trust what was going on because the psychology of the way they moved price was giving me the signal to believe that something was setting up. It just didn't seem right. And throughout the channel, you will understand my way of thinking when I'm looking at these sort of plays. One of the main factors to the fact that they dropped price, all right, was the speed that they came from this zone and back up again. Another factor as well was the fact that they actually formulated the same behavior here, over here. And for every high that they established on the way down, it was actually coming in lower. You see, these big pushes in price to the upside was the market makers' intention at trying to trap traders because the consensus was Bitcoin was about to go to 100K from this point. How unfortunate is that? You have to understand, ladies and gentlemen, the hybrid system is about understanding mass psychology and who is in charge of influencing that psychology. Because remember, you're only going to see these candlesticks print if people are committing liquidity in and around these zones. Every single candlestick gives traders a different interpretation of value of whatever asset they are actually trading. At this candlestick right here, people believe that Bitcoin should have been going up higher and it finalized at the 58,586 zone. That is where traders were committed to seeing price move higher from that point because of this green vector candle. Now, if you look at it from a normal candlestick chart, it would just look like a green candlestick. People would see it as a bullish pattern. Well, if it's a bullish pattern, then why on earth did it drop back down again? Surely when you see a big green candle like that, you're of the impression that it's going to continue to go higher. The hybrid system is going to help you filter out all that chaos and get you to have the mindset of what's the market maker trying to make the retail trader think? What is it that is making people commit their liquidity at this point in the chart? Why is it above the 800 EMA? Price kept on spiking above it and they did it 3 times. Look at what they did over here. 1, 2, 3 times. Look what they did here, man. They came away from the zone and spiked it all the way up. This game, ladies and gentlemen, is about the quest for accumulating as much liquidity from different zones in the chart. Your goal as a trader is to take advantage of the momentum that develops whilst the market maker's trying to attack those zones of liquidity. Just look at the book map. Look at the book map itself. Look, these are orders that are coming into the order book itself. Limit orders, that is. And price is naturally going to try and come up towards those zones if the commitment is present based on these zones right here. This is all we're looking for, guys. We're looking for the momentum from one point to the next. This is why I always say to you, I don't care about where Bitcoin's going to end up in the next 2-3 months. I'm interested if Bitcoin can move over the next 4-5 hours, if it's got the momentum to move away from the 50 EMA or come back towards the 50 EMA. If this system was to be simplified in one instance, it would be based on you trading when price moves away from the moving average and when it goes back to the moving average. Even that Alameda market maker, they even said it themselves. One of their simple quantitative strategies is mean reversion. Because it's volatility. It's when big money comes into the chart, away from the chart. They pull away from the zone. They bring it back. I challenge you. Go back in any chart, in any asset, and I can guarantee to you they're going to come back to the 50 EMA. They always do. The hybrid system is going to help you understand trading from a different perspective. It's you against the market maker and the retail trader. And when I say you against the retail trader, there are instances in the chart where you're going to be so tempted to actually go long at certain points, where naturally you know full well that the market maker is trapping people and the retail trader thinks that he's actually getting ready to make a move to the upside. And that's why I always ask the question, how many people during this point in the chart, where was it? Where was that move that threw everyone off? Here it is, right there. Now look, we just come from a drop down. Bitcoin comes all the way back up and stabilizes here, and then it pulls back down again. Now the consensus was that Bitcoin was going to make another move to the upside. People were just talking about it. It was all over YouTube. Bitcoin to 100K, 100K. Look at how they're luring traders in. Then you see this big green candlestick to the upside. Now, most of the guys in the channel, the pattern watchers, would sit tight and know that this candlestick, if they're going to get true confirmation that this is the candlestick that moves away from the zone, we need to wait for it to close and wait for the confirmation candle. But the retail trader doesn't see that candle. He doesn't see that he needs to wait for confirmation. He just sees Bitcoin is pumping up. So they get on the bandwagon and they jump onto it because they feel like they're not going to miss out on an opportunity for Bitcoin to moon out to the upside. You see, the pattern watchers would have been understanding that there is a red vector candle here. So they're likely going to come back up towards that zone. But in order for us to believe that they're going to go higher, they would need to come above this zone right here. And of course, take out the 200 EMA. And then if they did decide to do that, from this point, they would have come up, retrace to test the intention and move away from the zone. That is what pattern watchers would be waiting for. Okay? And this is what this hybrid system is going to show you. It's going to help you understand how to read the candlesticks, because it's the candlesticks that give you the reason to open and close a trade. Understanding where the candlestick is printed and where has it come from is going to help you understand the probability of it actually going in a chosen direction based on where you think it's going to go next. I will never give you guarantees about this system. Never. Why? Because I need you to be critical. I can't have you coming in with this system with a directional bias and say, yeah, it's going to the upside. No chance. I need you to challenge it. I need you to add caution to caution and add confluence to confluence till you get to a point where you are comfortable with saying, I'm okay with actually opening a trade now because I believe it's going to continue in this direction. And guess what, ladies and gentlemen? If you open a trade and it goes in your direction for only a short amount of time and then it goes against you, that's the name of the game, unfortunately. And you have to be cool with that. The idea of this system, all right, which the end goal is to be able to open a trade with the maximum amount of liquidity for the shortest amount of time, making maximum amount of return. That's the problem with swing traders. They will experience chaos. And you have to have a lot of liquidity to be able to withstand the swings. Now, of course, you can have good risk management, but then if you have a $10,000 account and you're only risking 1%, and your actual trade unit itself, when price goes up a point, you are earning 10 cents. I mean, it's going to take you a long time and a lot of drawdown or big movements for you to actually lose that 1%. The problem is people with a 10K account will start swing trading, and every point that price moves up or down, they're either going to be making $100 or losing $100. Well, how long is it going to be before you wipe out your account? Yeah? The hybrid system is designed to help you understand how to read intention from one point to the next. Now, through these videos, throughout the channel, I'm going to be doing more videos on breaking down how to understand certain aspects of the system, because I know there are new guys passing through wanting to understand what a vector candle is, what is this, and how do you draw these patterns, what are they valid? I will tell you one thing now, none of the patterns that you see in the charts are static. This is a W formation, great, okay? We know that the W formation has to be, the first leg has to be higher than the second leg. But you can see that the second leg here has broken the first leg. But it is still a valid W because price came straight back into the range and finished above the first leg. So that's still a valid pattern. All right. We've got this variation of the pattern as well. Look, you can see. Perfect. Price comes to the downside, retrace back to the 50, comes back down, goes up. Do not make the mistake of thinking that every single W formation that you see in the chart is going to continue with a weekly cycle. That's not how it always works. And the streams are designed to help you expose your eyes to as many variations of the W's and the M's, which is why I say to you, go back in the chart, use the weekend to go back in time and draw as many M's and W's as you can. Do the journey. Say, okay, there's an M formation. What do I expect? I expect a drop, level 1 rise. Bang, there's the drop. Yeah? Understanding how could you have worked out that this move was going to happen? This happened on a Monday. All right? And if you go back in the stream on last Sunday's live, or 2 weeks ago, yeah, so on the 15th of November, we did a video talking about Bitcoin's behavior at this point in time. And it was going to be a false move week beginning. We were talking about it in that video. Go check out the video on the 14th, 15th of November. All right? We understood that Monday was a false move week beginning. Bang, they moved it up. False move, trapped the retail trader. Push, push. Green vector candles tells you what? Tells you that the market maker is trapping retail traders with the belief that price is going to continue to the upside. Look at where we were. All-time high was only up here. So the sentiment by the retail trader was present. They had the commitment. They gave them the stop hunt rise with the blue vector candle. Pattern watchers know that the blue vector candle appearing at the highs is going to be a potential reversal. Look what happened. They made them pay. We were already expecting a cyclical move to the downside because we had the first one, drop, level 1 rise, and we were expecting another move to the downside if it was in line with the cyclical move. These are the repeatable patterns, ladies and gentlemen, and these are the notable candlesticks. And this is what you're looking for in the hybrid system. Okay? Now, this is just a little introduction to all the new guys that are passing through. But all I'm saying to you guys is be patient because you will get it. All right. Now, in the actual channel itself, there is a playlist. And that playlist is right here. I'll bring it up for you. This is the playlist that you want. You want Understanding the Hybrid. Where are you? Here it is. There you go. This is the playlist that you want. This playlist has mad amount of videos about understanding exits, entries, okay, the power of trading light, follow the pattern. These are live streams that I put in here which were relevant to concepts about the hybrid system, using the TDI if you're new to trading crypto, how to find liquidity pools, one section of that, using the 5 and 13 EMA, how to spot reversals, how to read crypto market sessions. Are you a scalper, swing trader? Everything that you need at an introductory level is in this playlist right here. Okay, so go and check it out, guys, because this video will be going into that as well. All right. Now, of course, I ain't going to leave without giving you guys a little bit of a heads up on what's going on with Bitcoin. Come on. All right, then. So look at it like this. Last night we were talking about the psychological high and the psychological low. Bitcoin isn't going anywhere just yet. Why? Because they're working the same range and spread that they set from the start of the week. Okay? Be patient. The vector candle has actually come down and recovered, and we hit yesterday's low, nearly yesterday's low, recovered more than 50% of this blue vector, and now they're pulling away from it. We are now testing this important range, because when it comes out from either range itself, once the rise retrace continuation happens, we will have an understanding of where we are in terms of direction. Something is going to happen because of the liquidity that is still present in the chart. All right? Something is brewing. They're containing price yet again. And we can see, if we start looking at the way the price is behaving, if we look at the key numbers in this area, so we've got the 48K zone right here. We mark it off right there. And we've got the key 50K zone. Where's that? Up there. We mark it off just for the sake of it. 50K right there. All right. Any numbers in between, we actually pull them up and we draw out where we got. Do the 49K zone. Bang. That's done there. Okay, so that's enough for me right now. I've got 3 ranges, 1, 2, and 3. I just need to wait and see what candlesticks do in and around that range. I'm not really seeing a distinctive pattern. All I can see is that every time they come below the 49 zone, notable candlestick comes in and they push straight back up. Again, this stop hunt rise, bringing price down below the key 48, and then the key 49 zone, bang. Do you understand? What are they doing? Are they building longs? Have they just absorbed a bagload of longs at this low point, especially with this wick? And are they going to keep doing that, or are they actually going to start building shorts? We need to wait for it to finish. It is still Monday, so I'm expecting some interesting behavior from Hong Kong tonight. Okay? Looks like a pattern is forming. A very tight pattern as well. I would have preferred it to be a little bit more deeper. I want to see them try and recover back to this wick right here. But what I'm seeing is they're bringing price back up again towards the 50 EMA. And this is what I didn't want to happen. I didn't want the 50 EMA to come down to price. I wanted price to go back up to the 50. Something similar to this. Where is it? Something like, best way for me to put it. I need to find myself a pattern where they're doing that just to solidify what I'm trying to say. Okay, so look. You can see price is coming down, and so is the 50 EMA. I want to see price come back towards the 50 rather than the 50 to price, because then the 50 EMA will start getting flat, and it will just be because it will take the 50 EMA longer to actually shape up than when price is actually coming back towards it. All right? That's what I want to see. What I see right now is the actual market maker is bringing price, or should I say the 50 EMA is coming to price. I want price to go to the 50. Now we're at a flat zone. Look, no volatility in the chart. Even though price, the TDI is showing the RSI is outside the volatility band, and volatility looks like it's coming up, it's not. This is volatility, ladies and gentlemen. You want these big explosions right here, not these. All right? Could it be the start of volatility coming in? Well, there's no clear definitive approach. They are still trialing the actual daily open, and they are still within the psychological high and low. Once they come away from those 2 zones, we will know exactly where we stand. Once they break above that zone and they come back down and retrace, then we will know if they mean business, because they will do the continuation to the upside, and the same for the downside. So, ladies and gentlemen, sit tight and wait for them to show their hand. All right? I hope this video serves its purpose. Mad love and respect for anybody new to the channel, and to all my pattern watchers. I'll be catching up with you guys in the New York session stream tomorrow at 2 p.m. Stay safe, guys. Peace.